Hi, everybody. Thanks for taking a look at our video on applying the IATF standard in the semiconductor industry. This is the first in a series of videos that are meant to help improve your understanding of the semiconductor industry and ways to enhance your approach to implementing and satisfying the IATF requirements. This series may also be helpful for any organization that has attributes commonly seen in the semiconductor industry. For example, if your organization is a Tier 2 or a Tier 3 supplier to the automotive industry, has automated processes, is selling off-the-shelf or catalog parts, or if your process is extremely complex with very little tolerance for variation, or if your organization has both automotive and non-automotive customers and is trying to satisfy both automotive and non-automotive requirements, then this series may be helpful to you. Semiconductors are playing a larger role in the automotive industry every year. While many years ago, a car may have had only a couple of semiconductors, like maybe an AM/FM radio, today's cars and trucks have thousands of semiconductor chips and hundreds of independent electronic control units, or ECUs. A single ECU will likely include multiple semiconductor chips. For example, a car's GPS system may include several ECUs that contain processor chips, like microprocessors or graphics processors, logic chips, memory and storage chips, and even analog chips. In fact, ECUs make up nearly 50% of the cost of an automobile today. With the industry trend toward electric vehicles and autonomous driving vehicles, the number of independent ECUs needed per vehicle will increase exponentially. So what ECUs and semiconductors are in your automobile today? Some of the ECUs include infotainment and comfort applications, such as remote keyless entry and start, entertainment and sound system, and even networking tools. There are safety applications like airbags, lane departure warning, and tire pressure monitors. There's also powertrain control and monitoring applications, such as electronic valve control, engine controls, and transmission controls, and there are many more. Why do we have the IATF standard, and why is it important to semiconductor? The IATF standard defines the quality management system requirements for the supply chain of the automotive industry. Its purpose is to ensure that automotive suppliers have a risk-based approach to quality and are using a QMS system that provides for continual improvement, prevents defects, reduces variation in the processes, and minimizes waste in the supply chain. The OEM automotive manufacturers need to have confidence in the supply chain that their suppliers can consistently provide products and services on time in the quantity that is needed and are delivered with the expected quality and cost. The IATF 16949 is intended to be a standard set of fundamental principles to make your organization more effective and efficient, which will benefit your organization as well as the OEM and the supply chain. When you're operating at a Tier 2 or a Tier 3 level, you may be far enough removed from the OEM and the end user that the intent of some of the IATF requirements may not be clear. This may be in part because the requirements are largely written by the OEMs at the top of the pyramid, and it's impossible to fully understand the manufacturing complexities of the more than 87,000 sites down the supply chain. You must recognize that the IATF standard is not written as a prescriptive list of steps to follow. Rather, it is written as a set of generic principles that are meant to be generic enough to be applied in any organization. It is up to each organization to understand and apply these principles in a way that adds value as intended and not become a checklist of items to pass an audit. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the first in our video series on the semiconductor industry, where we will tackle some of the most difficult and most frequently misunderstood IATF requirements and help bring some clarity on how those requirements should be applied and can add value. Thanks for watching.